Hey folks, today we're going to be reviewing Above and Below from Red Raven Games.
We've had this game for quite a while, and it's one that we continue to go back to. We play it when it's just the two of us. It's a good four-player game. It's for 2 to 4 players, but some games play better as all the people there. But this one's still a lot of fun with 2 players. It is resource management and worker placement, but what's really cool about it is there's a big aspect that is storytelling.
Yeah, I like to think about it as worker placement meets choose your own adventure.
Absolutely. There's a book that whenever you go down and are adventuring, you get little story narratives and you pass the book around and you have to decide what it is that you want to do next, and that affects the outcome and how things go for you.
And the basic premise is that you are building above, you're building this town, but you're also exploring below into these caves. So you need resources, both that you can get through farming and collecting and stuff like that above, but also there are resources you can only find by going down into the caves.
And you get points for how much stuff you have, how many different buildings that you've built, how many people are in your town, how many adventures you've gone on. There are a lot of different ways to score points in order to try to win for the end of the game. And so it becomes really easy to find the way that you like to play and focus on that.
Yeah, I think the first time I played it, I just kind of was like, I'm going to try doing a little bit of everything. And that still can be an okay method. I think it's definitely a game that after you've played it one time, it greatly improves for the second playthrough because you have a better idea of what you're doing, what some of the possible outcomes are, and get to just kind of see all the different choices you have.
And I will say this, if you're like me and you come in last place a whole lot when you play board games, this game is still, it's a lot of fun. It's easy to feel like you're doing well even when you're not winning, and that it's worth playing. I don't know if I've ever won a game of this one. I don't think so.
You've come in close several times.
Yeah, I come in second place a whole lot whenever it's just Dawn and I playing. But it still feels like a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
And this isn't a game that you are playing against the other players. There are a few things that it's kind of whoever gets there first. There are a couple of specialty buildings that are only one of a kind. Some of the adventures and stuff like that is very much whoever gets there first. But it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm trying to screw over somebody. It's really just, I'm building my own little town and exploring my own little caves, and if I happen to get in somebody's way, oops.
Yeah, but because you're always reading the adventure for the other person and you're a part of their story as well, it doesn't feel quite as competitive, like you're directly competing against someone. You are. I mean, to be fair, you are competing directly against every other player that's there, but you're part of their story, like I said, and so it makes it feel more like a co-op game and a lot of fun. Plus, the art is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, the art is great. I love the diversity in the characters, and it's a consistent art style throughout all of the Red Raven games.
Or at least a lot of them.
A lot of them,
yeah. Absolutely. And it's cute. Like, it's not quite chibi. I really like it. It's really neat.
The quality of the game is really good. It's all good quality cardboard pieces, and they're two-sided, so you don't have to worry about as much, oh no, I flipped something over, what is it?
Yeah, and the cards hold up really well. They don't get bent or torn, or the edges don't start going or anything like that for as much as we've played it. The books hold up really well. They're spiral bound and it's easy to flip through. And there are so many different stories in there. I will say one drawback, I guess, not of the game. I really wish that Red Raven would come out with an expansion that was just more stories. I mean, we've played this a lot, and it starts to get to the point where you're like, oh, I kind of remember this story. I mean, over 4 or 5 years, we start to recognize some of the stories. But if you play it a whole bunch, maybe try not to do that quite so much.
But there's enough stories in there that every game is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Not only with the stories, but also a couple of the specialty cards that there are like 10 of these in the deck and you only draw 5 for each game. So it does make each game a little different. I think my one drawback is most of the times that we've been playing this game, and I know how many rounds there are, we get to like the last 2 rounds, and I'm always like, I need one more round to really do what I was hoping to do. And that's happened fairly consistently, which I guess you could all agree, like, oh, we could play an extra round.
Yeah, but I think that there's a lot of games where, like, that's part of it. You don't have enough rounds to do everything. You make your plan, you stick to it, and you try to do your best.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that is Above and Below with Red Raven Games. Have you played this? Have you played a lot of their other games? What do you think? What's your favorite strategy to try to have the most points and the best town by the end of the game? Let's have that conversation in the comments below. We'd love to read those and get to chime in.
We want to give a thanks to all of our patrons and a special thanks to Tucker. If you're interested in helping support us, you can head over to our Patreon page and check out the perks of being a patron.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get all of our videos, and join us every Tuesday and Thursday when we put out something new. So until next time, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn.
And this is Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey folks, today we're going to be reviewing...
You didn't say it!
I screwed up at the beginning. Sorry, I have to get the news out.